Electrify my golden tooth. Can't look at those eyes without sparking song. Electrify my
Vibing. Hey guys, it's not a vibe. What up, guys? Good morning. You know, sometimes you gotta switch to the vibes a little bit. You can't just keep playing, you know, the same music. So, nice tunes. Hey. Yeah, yesterday was unfortunate. No one overtraded yesterday. I'm not sure what happened yesterday after the stream ended. I think we got a late sell move, right? Coming down. What's yesterday? Alright, what's going on, guys? Yeah, trade all yesterday? Nah, man. I did not take one single trade. Alright. Let's get started. Let's see how the weekly looks, guys. Go start the weekly. My usual routine every day. My micro charts. Gotta break it down from the weekly coming down to the small time frame, right? So weekly, looking at this, like I said yesterday, we're still bearish here. Like the current candle is bullish, right? So this candle here could reject at any given time once it finds a resistance on a smaller time frame. Because this candle here, when it opened up, had no bottom wick, meaning that when this candle opened up, went straight up. So meaning that this could be a high as long as price expects like this bearish candle, the price can still reject to continue down. This could be a high for price to continue down, right? So we don't know where that's gonna be yet. We don't know if it's gonna happen yet, but that's on the weekly. If it happens, it happens. So coming down to the daily time frame. Daily time frame is, I think it closed bullish yesterday, right? So if you take a look at the daily, zoom up close to the daily time frame, you notice that the daily time frame actually tapped a very decent resistance level, like a very minor one, right? We have strong resistance up here, and it's like kind of your minor level. So you can consider this your range, right? This is your previous range that we actually broke out of. So if price today were to close bullish, then high chance that'll lead us to the weekly ending up closing bullish as well. Because what's gonna happen is if we close bullish today back in the range, we're gonna close like this. And if we close like this, high chance we're gonna come up to fill the range, right? And then go back in a weekly time frame. That weekly candle would then look like this now, if we actually come up and close back in the range today. That weekly candle will come all the way up to the top, so it'll look like this. Therefore, it will break the high, and then you can look at more upside for the rest of the week, maybe until even like 134, 400, right? But that depends on how the day closes today. But if the small time today on small time frame is showing you bullish momentum, then high chance doesn't happen, right? So come down to like the regular 30-minute, 1 hour time frame. You can see that we have actually a lot upside here if we actually were to break out. So I'm going to be drawing I see resistance right here on the 30-minute time frame. So we're going to mark that up right there. That's my resistance being formed. I am now visualizing this as my range here. If you guys don't see it, it might take some more time, but here, this is the top of the range, and this is kind of like the bottom of the range right here. Boom, right? So this is the range that we actually were in. So if we are currently, or you can say not even that, you can say this maybe. This right here, this would be easier. You can say this, right? This is your overall range. So if we are breaking, we broke out of the range, broke to the downside, but then this kind of here closed back in the range of bullish, right? So therefore, this is a fake out. So if this is a fake out move you have on the 30-minute time from here, break out to the downside to come back in the range, high chance price were to come up to fill the next range, or fill the next resistance, which is right here at 138, now 14, right? So if we were to come up and break this resistance, and high chance we have to continue further up, if that's the case. Because if this is a fake out, you have an 85% chance of filling the range, which is this part, which is done, and then you have a 75% chance of continuing further up if we were to break this. So if we were to get closure above that resistance at 138 and 114, I'm looking at my next destination to be probably at around like this area probably. I'll worry about this area first. I think this range here is going to be about a 15 pip range, and then above that area I'll worry about probably this level, or even like this level, right? But I think buys above there will be very valid. You can have very nice buys. Should be clean. Yeah, should be clean. I thought I was the only one too. Buffering, really? Are you sure? Is anyone else buffering? It shows my stream health has been healthy. So from my end, there's nothing going on from what I see on YouTube. But YouTube might not be showing me the right stuff. But it says stream is healthy. So usually when things buffer, it usually says like, oh, stream is stuff has some minor problems. And it's just like a yellow fold there. But that's excellent. Is it good? Alright. I think majority of you guys said you guys are good, so I'm gonna take it as you guys are good. Just refresh the stream. Maybe check your Wi-Fi. I don't know. Try changing your YouTube. Logging out the app. YouTube's tweaking. Is YouTube still tweaking? I had enough of YouTube after yesterday. It had problems yesterday. Yeah, it had problems during our stream. Interrupted our little session. Yeah, these are gonna be very nice buys, guys. Guys, you know what I don't understand? Why do other traders or new traders ask so specific questions? Like they ask you know, so when you first started, you know, did you start with were you a Fulton trader, or were you profit away? Like, you know, did you have a 10K account, or how much income did you have for you to make to, you know, to able to start making these numbers that you have nowadays? You know, like what fruit do you eat in the morning? You know, it's like they ask specific questions about your journey, and it's just, and the reason why they ask, everyone knows the reason. The reason why they ask is because they want reassurance to think that what they're doing is right, right? Because they want to try to follow your suit, I guess, or your plan, so they can have the exact same results as you. You know, like they see a profit trader out there, and then they're like, you know, so what'd you do? How'd you get there? If I were to follow you, wouldn't I be profitable as well? Like if I follow your exact same journey, and that's why a lot of traders ask, right? And it's just like, it's irrelevant, man. Like those questions are so subjective. It's not gonna change it's not gonna change. It's not really gonna change anything. It might motivate you for like a day or two, but other than that, it's like the number one secret to trading is just to be consistent and just to be you. What fruit? I eat dragon fruit in the morning, man. That's actually my favorite fruit. Dragon fruit or yeah, dragon fruit is my favorite fruit. No debate. With a 10K account, what lot size would you use comfortably? 10K account, I'll use a comfortably. I use a 1.0 lot. Comfortably. Very comfortably. 1.0 lot. Obviously, or you can do like 10K account, just risk like 3% per trade, whatever. But I think my comfort level is gonna be around 1 to 3% risk per trade. That's my comfort level. So earlier I drew a support right here, just where I drew it. So it's kind of how I'm basing out this support off of for GJ. That was like a range we broke out of. I done FTMO? No, man. Never done FTMO. Nothing wrong with FTMO. It's just I think it's great for traders that want to have a funded account that are consistent already. By the way, guys, I think I told a live stream yesterday, I think, but I think half of you guys weren't here because YouTube got shut down. I'm actually, me personally, I'm done trading for December. Like I'm still streaming, but I'm not taking positions for the rest of December. That's why I kind of didn't really show up last Friday. Here, I'll show you guys my schedule. Because it's just like the last like really this week's kind of the last week. Even if I were to trade anyways, this would be the last week I would trade. Like after Friday, I'm done. Like Tuesday, like next the 21st, 25th, I would not be trading. And then for the rest of the new year, I would be trading. It's the last 2 weeks of the year, right? So I just continue back on January 1st, or no, January 4th. I'll be back Monday. That's when I'll trade again. But I'm still streaming. So here's my schedule for the stream. Probably I am. Here. What day is it today? December? Okay. So this is my schedule. If you guys weren't here yesterday, I think this is when the stream got cut off. So I am gonna be streaming this whole week. Next week, Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, but Monday, Tuesday for sure. So I'm just gonna highlight that, and then obviously Thursday no stream, Christmas Eve no stream, Marcus I close that day, Christmas Day no, 26th obviously weekend no, right? So then come back on the following Monday, probably gonna be streaming the 28th to the 30th probably, or 28th to 29 actually. So these are the days I'll stream for the rest of the year. So we're only missing like 5 days. Because of the lack of volume in the market? Not exactly, because there still probably will be volume in the markets to a certain extent, just because we have stuff going on, like with Brexit and vaccines going on. So there definitely will be volume in the markets. It's not because of volume. It's just it's kind of chill for the last couple weeks. Like I already chilled for the last quarter of the year. I took quarter 4 of the year very slow. Didn't really take much positions. Didn't really use my normal risk. Normal account size, so I might as well just take it easy the last 2 weeks. But I'm still gonna be trading. I'm still gonna give trade ideas out. I'm still gonna give entries of stops and targets. That's all the same for the streams. Nothing's gonna change. So yesterday the sells that I actually mentioned, like right here, right? So it was like around this area. This is yesterday. I actually wanted sells below, I think it was the support here. These are original sells that I wanted for GJ. So this is a resistance, right? So when we had this range here, after this kind of closed there, this is an area where I will take an entry. This is an area where I kind of call an entry at, and then price kind of came up, obviously closed bullish, so it was invalid after. Trade didn't make sense, so you'll be able to trade. But then this kind of here broke the highs as well, so I mean, there's that. And then what happened later was price formed the side replay here on GJ, and then it broke out of range and started to continue down to NY session opening. And then this kind of here closed below the range here, and this one kind of just respected it to continue further down. So I mean, I think sells below here were valid as well, but the original sells I wanted was like below here. Catch that little move. Is the spread 2 considered high? No, that's a pretty low spread. That's the spread I have. Well, no, I have a 1 point something, not even a 2, but no, 2's not high. I'll say high is like a 5, 6, 7, like around there, like 5 to 10. That's considered high for me and for the way I trade. But 2 is doable, not that crazy. Yeah, so yeah, Zerx, ask me the question again, because I forgot what question you asked me. Yeah, stream got interrupted right when I answered it. What's going on, guys? How you guys been? First official stream back since last week, I'll say, because yesterday was not really a day. It was funny because right when I ended the stream, I thought the stream ended. I'm not gonna lie, I thought the stream ended because YouTube was not popping up. It showed that it was an error, so I thought the stream ended, right? I get off the stream. Well, I get off. Technically, get off the stream at 7:30, and then close my browser at 8:30, 7:30. After 7:35, YouTube went back up. I'm like, wow. I mean, we were still in the Zoom call though. The whole Zoom people were in there, just chilling. So, oh yeah, there you go. Why do you tend not to enter in the last 15 minutes of the hourly? So usually on the last 15th hourly, what do you notice on these wicks there? For example, a bullish candle here. What's the last thing the candle did? Wick, right? Bearish candle in this case. What's the last thing it did? Wick. Bullish candle here. What's the last thing it did? Wick. Obviously, the whole perspective of that is just this. So let's say, for example, you have like a hourly candle looks like this, right? That's your hourly candle. If you were to break this down into 4 15-minute candles, it would look like this probably. 1, 2, 3, and then actually no, that's off. 1, 2, 3, right? And then boom, like that. That's how this candle would look, right? So the reason the reason why it is what it is because of this. This is a low. Actually, let me just redraw this. This is a low right here. There we go. So you have the low. Boom. This is the high of the hourly candle. This is the closure of the candle. If you were to drag this across, that closure is how this bearish candle is formed, because that's how this wick is formed off of this bearish candle. So this is the last 15. If this is usually the last part of the candle, then high chance it's usually the last candle of whatever opening or whatever hourly candle, or even 4-hour candle, you know. But it's not 100% always gonna be like this. Obviously, this is just majority of the time. So that's why usually the last hourly 15 minutes of the hourly candle, you usually expect some type of pullback or some type of a wick for the next candle to continue up, you know, because the next candle is gonna continue up like this probably, bullish to fill the wick, right? And that's what's gonna happen on a small time frame is this. You're just gonna be making support to go back up like this. That's all that is. So that's how this is formed on the hourly time frame. This is the 15-minute time frame. Does that make sense? Like, obviously, it's all not gonna be like that, right? So sometimes what can happen is this. This could be this is the last 15-minute candle of the hourly candle, right? In this case, we have 8 minutes left. This candle here could technically still push up here. Depends on where it pushes to, but it can still push up here. And then it can close like this. Right? So you might have missed the entry because you didn't enter on the last 15-minute candle reality, but the range got filled within that candle. But technically, there's still that wick being formed up here. So it's not 100% always going to look close bearish. It can still close bullish in some cases. But there's usually, majority of times, wick at the end of a candle. But yeah, I always tend to wait for the hourly close, where I usually do. It depends on the situation though. If I see like a lot of momentum that's pushing price up, then I'll just usually enter, but it depends on the situation. I want a lamb for Christmas, man. Is that too much to ask for? Nah, man. All you gotta do is go to the dealership, ask for one, and it'll be at your door. It's not that hard. It's easy. Go to the dealership, ask for a Ventador or whatever you want, and then, you know, it'll be arriving at your door within the next couple weeks in your color. And another thing is that it comes with a toy car that matches the Lambo. Pretty easy stuff, man. What are you waiting to see before looking for an entry? I'm usually, depends on the situation, but I have certain plays in my I guess playbook that I've created over time, and it depends on the situation, but usually I'll wait for those setups to form. In this case, if I were to enter here, I would wait for this candle here to close bullish above the range here to look for a position to go up here. That would have been the play. Just a simple break of the range, simple breakout. It's a simple breakout play. I think everyone knows that play. Just we have a range form here, so if we were to get closure above, that would be a confirmed entry for us to enter. I think it stops here. How big are stops here in a 15-minute time frame? Stops for like 17 pips for like, yeah, it wasn't even a 1-on-1 here, so I wouldn't even have entered here if I wanted to. I wouldn't have entered. So if I look for more buys, guys, it'll be above here. Above this resistance, above like 137.079. If you get a break above there, then we're gonna continue up here until probably like 139.265 here. That'll be your buys, right? Because this is an area where price was rejected before in the past. Look, if you look at this, look what happened within these wicks here. These wicks here came up and started to reject, right? But what happens if you get closure above? An actual candle above. That will be different from these wicks here, because these wicks here, they have all closed below. They have all rejected and closed below this area. So there's no buys. But look at what happened here. The last time price broke above. It came up to fill the range, right? So if you're looking for more buys, I'll wait for 4 minutes left for this candle to close above, and then look for buys to go up. Stops are going to be previous candle, obviously, of the 15 or whatever. This is one big Audi candle. Wow. This candle came up about 50 pips on GJ. That be a Noosa? See, we have no Noosa. 815, nothing. 830, none. Yeah, we are just chun today. See what gold's doing though. gold's bullish. Gold is bullish here. Gold should continue up here. We should continue up today until I see probably like 1860 levels. You have like 150 pips range here to go up potentially, right? 150 pips. Yeah, 150 pips. So I think buys will be probably above this area. Buys above there, going up towards 1860 around this area, or even like around this resistance, because you can probably look at. These are clean buys on gold. Yep, you're looking at this 4-hour candle here. You're looking at this 4-hour candle. If price were to break above here, price will go up based off of this candle here, because that's clean. That's one clean candle. There's no traffic in between, right? So if price were to break above, it would just continue to push up and break out the range. Wow, you made 1% every single day. That's actually very good. That's very good actually. That's like around 25%, 20. Wait, 2%. Yeah, 22% around there. Thanks so much for streams. I really enjoyed all the education. Much appreciated. Yeah, man, that's good stuff. That's very good. I think that's like the second step. Like after you have those break-even months, and you have that just one big like 20% month, 30% month. That's such a great feeling. Even the first time I kind of broke out that barrier, where I actually finished my first official full month consistent. It takes a lot of time, man. I had to blow off some accounts to just get my break-even months. But once I got my break-even months, I'm telling you guys, I promise just one thing. Once you get your break-even months, do not change, do not give up on whatever you're doing, because it's working. It's working, trust me. And you're not seeing results yet, you're not seeing those profits yet, but I promise you it's working, because you went from blown accounts to break-even months. And the next step after that is having those full consistent months, you know, those 5% months, 10% months, 50% months. So we'll get better over time. But I see a lot of people to do is that once you get those break-even months, they just have to give up. They're like, you know what, stuff's not working for me. I'm only ending up break-even. I want to break this barrier. And it's start to change up. It starts to change their ways to trade. You start to overtrade again. It's still over leverage again, right? And then they're gonna go back to square one. Like Carlo the other day, you know, he said how he had months and months and months of just break even, consistent, and then all of a sudden last month he messed up his account off of one trade. So it just brings you back to staircase number one. Yeah. Ooh, just alley closed there. Okay. So you can see this alley didn't really close above the ranger. We didn't really close above this resistance here. I wouldn't consider. Yeah, there's not a real closure above, even here, right? So the reason why I didn't put my resistance right here, guys, the reason why I didn't put it right here and I put it up here was because if you were to take buys above, like right here, if you were wait for an actual buy above here, you'll have resistance right here off the rip, right? And that's something you gotta worry about. So why not just have your resistance above that area instead and wait for buys above there, you know? See, I think it's much cleaner, so that's what I'm gonna wait for. If I were to take buys there. But yeah, like Carl said, he had 3 months of profits every week, was break even or profitable, and lost everything in one day. And it's tough, but you can't really blame anyone but yourself, right? For making those decisions. Break even is like, you're literally like right there to just become a profitable, I promise. I'm sorry for your question, but I'm about to ask how you explain. I'm about to ask. I know you explain it every day, but I'm still struggling with about wick fill. Um, I know someone who trades wick fill with a full margin, LOL, and 99% of the time they correct. How can you? How sure can you be that wick will get filled, and what happens when wick is not filled? Okay, so if you know someone that's trading on 99% of a wick and always gets filled, then every time you see a wick fill, go full margin as well. If you know someone that makes 99% of the wick fill trades go their way, 99% of the time, just follow it. Because if it works, if it works 99% of the time, what's the difference if you do it? You know what I mean? Okay, but no. Just answer. I have a post there on Instagram here. Do exclamation point wick fill in the chat. I'll do it for you. Exclamation point wick fill. It'll lead to an Instagram post that shows how wicks get filled. Instagram post, you can kind of follow that, right? So there's nothing 100% in the markets. I don't care if you know someone who does something 100% in the markets. I promise you, nothing is 100% accurate and works all the time in the markets. It's all probability. And a wick fill play is a probability trade. It's not gonna play out 100% of the time. It might play out 80% of the time, but definitely not 100% of the time. So I believe, you know, take those trades, and if it doesn't work out, take them again, and continue to take them again. That's the best answer I can give you probably. But nothing is 99% of the time correct. I promise you that. If there's a guru mentor out there that's telling you that, then something's off. They have a Lambo picture on their Instagram page with pictures at the beach with 6 monitors, 6 MacBooks, RGB lights in the background, in their stream setup. You know, so that's someone that tells you that they have a 100% accuracy rate on their trades. What happens when they don't get filled? When they don't get filled, what happens is, I think it's this. It's just not following structure. That's all it is. You can't really do anything about that. Ask yourself this: if you were to take a trade again, would you take it again? Even if you were to take a loss, right? So, for example, this is a normal wick fill. Like this. If they don't get filled, then what happens is prices breaks the structure to go down. Therefore, you lost in that trade. You can't do anything about that. But this is still a high probability setup, right? Like I said, you can't avoid those losses. Like, I take losses sometimes, and I'll take the same trade again, right? Because I know that it's all probability. So you can't avoid those losses by what you could do. The best thing you could do, the only thing that you could actually do, is just manage the trade, manage the risk. That's the only thing you could do, because you can't avoid the losses. This is my belief. Trading is not about having a strategy, having a plan. Well, not having a strategy or having a method, right? Plan or method. It's not about that. I think it's more about probability. It's all about taking probable trades. And it's something that new traders don't really understand, and that's something that they lack in. Right? They sometimes when they enter a trade, they can't replicate the same exact trade again, because they got it based off of luck, or based off of the fact that that's how they felt during that time. Right, and feelings is kind of based off luck as well, so it's never gonna go your way in the long run. So I say once you understand that trading's all about probability and it's all about replicating those exact same trades again, that's when you look more into detail within your trades again. Like you take 5 trades this week, you win 3 of them, you finish a week off on a Saturday, you go back on Saturday, look back at your 3 trades that you won, see what you did in that situation, see if you can replicate it, see what it was that you waited for, and do it again. And that's what trading is about. Wait, pause. Was that oh no, someone else. So did you do a buy or sell? We again go back to 6:30 and you get the breakdown. I broke it down already. We know what we're waiting for now. We're waiting for just buys once you break above this resistance, and then obviously probably sells if you were to break back into the range here. That's what I'm waiting for. Why? They ask. Well, if I know why, you can go back to around 6:30. That's when I kind of broke it down. Hello? Yeah, I've tested it out, guys. Coffee versus tea. I think tea suits me and works for me best. I think tea, it gives them that wake up kinda a little bit, and then it's not too much to the point where I feel like I'm dying inside. Like coffee does that to me. All I've been drinking lately is just green tea. Green tea is so good. Green tea? Yeah, green tea. That's how I drink. Orange pico I like too, but I mean I don't have that right now. Hey guys, if you guys are enjoying the stream so far, make sure you guys like the stream, subscribe if you guys haven't, go share the stream. Remember, 1 subscriber on this channel equals 1 less blown account. So you guys see this, we have some type of rejection here at resistance here. Obviously price does not close bullish above, therefore you have a high chance that price could reject it, right? It doesn't mean it's a sell. What it means is that you should wait for an actual closure above, right? So once you get that closure above, a closure means something like this. It means a candle closing is just simple bullish candle closing above. Once you get that closes above, you can enter buys to go further up towards the next resistance, which is going to be 139 and 250, and that's your buys that you're looking for, right? But until that happens, you're starting to see rejections. Obviously you start to see consolidation here, right? So wait for that. And obviously this is like your proof support that you have here on GJ. This right here is your proof support. If it were to come down and break below that support, then high chance we have to continue further down back in the range. So I think sells there will be valid as well, right? Because this is your previous range. This, if price were to break back in the range, it will be a fake out, right? Because price broke up bullish and now it's coming back in the range. So well, high chance we have to come down. Did you stream yesterday? No, man, I didn't. We did actually. We streamed for like a good 4 or 5 minutes, and then the stream got corrupted because YouTube decided to just literally go off. When no servers are, the servers are down. Streamed from like 6:30 yesterday to like 7:10 or something, like 7 a.m. like 30 minutes. Deion Savage doing a Hunger Games tournament for Forex tournament in a few months with big traders. Yeah, I've seen it somewhere. But what is it though? Like, how's it gonna work? Is this like a training tournament? Like, what is it? Like, I don't know what it is. I know there's a tournament. I don't know what the hell they're doing though. Ooh, price spiked up a little bit here. If this 15-minute candle can close above here, though, this would be your ideal buys. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's say it's one of those ones. Yeah. So it's just like it's the point of. All right. He's opening up a broker, right? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be on his broker, is it not? Right. So I'm pretty sure he's just doing that challenge, with the big traders to promote his broker. Like the same way Q Banks did it with his KLT Forex when he did the torch challenge. He did it just for KLT, right? Obviously, people win stuff as well. People win their accounts, whatever, to make profits, whatever. Cool. But I think he's just doing just to promote his broker, right? But or promote his brand in general. But I have nothing against that, obviously, right? I have nothing against that. But it's just like it's gonna be so subjective because it's like one trade can be scalping and one trade could be swinging. It's just like it's gonna get to the point where you're gonna kind of be forcing people to trade. Like you're gonna kind of feel forced if you're in a challenge to kind of make the most of your trades. You know, like overtrade to make this certain amount. It's just I feel like it's just too much to it, man. It wouldn't be fair to everyone, you know, because everyone has a different perspective on it and different like trading style. Like one person could be over leveraging, one person could be not over leveraging. You know what I mean? It's just so it wouldn't really determine who's the best trader, obviously. But I mean, if it's for all for promoting his stuff, then it's great. Nothing wrong with that. Without the big traders, without the gurus, right? Every trader has a Lambo and RGB lights in the background of their setup will be in a contest. Regular or not? I don't know. It's probably not regulated. But nothing wrong with that. It's probably not regulated. It's kind of really hard to open a regulated broker in 2021. Need a lot of capital. Usually what brokers do is that they're unregulated and then they go regulated after. After some time, like Churchman right now is unregulated. It's a broker I use, but I'm pretty sure after some time it's gonna go regulated somewhere, somehow, in a couple years. I mean, it's just regular number. I mean, I suggest any broker that really just lets you deposit and lets you withdraw. That's all that matters, right? Lets you deposit and lets you withdraw. Obviously, some brokers prices will make those huge spikes on the brokers, and those are brokers you kind of want to stay away from. Those are those unregulated brokers. Majority of them, not all of them. But I trade on Traders and I compared it to like I think it was like a couple months ago when. Remember how when gold made that huge 100 pip spike or 200 pip spike within 1 wick on a 1 minute time frame on like those brokers, on those unregulated brokers, on like KLT, Hugo's Way, right? Tradesmate didn't have it. So Tradesmate is fine for me. I mean, I'm not affiliated or anything with them, but I'm just saying that's the broker I use. What leverage is everyone trading? I'm trading out 500 to 1. Oh, Australia go about 30 to 1? Damn. Can you risk 2% per trade using a 30 to 1? I guess Australians are kind of tired of you guys losing money in the markets, and they kind of want you guys to use your normal, smaller your risk, lower your risk. So I think that's why they're asking you to stick to a 30 to 1 now. Yeah, to around 2%. I mean, that's fine then. Guys, I'll never forget the day when I searched up 1,000 to 1 leverage, and I opened an account with 1,001 leverage. Jesus. And I opened the account up for a reason too. Yeah, it might be a real bummer. We'll have to make some adjustments, but mostly trade 401 at the moment. Yeah, I mean, I think you could do a 2-3% per trade for a 31. So I mean, if you're already doing that already, then nothing's gonna change, right? What's your guide for position sizing? Like risk. My guide, the way I do things is just 3% max per trade. I can do a 1, 2, or 3%, right? That's my answer when it comes to lot sizes. Like people ask what lot size do you use? It's just 1 to 3% per trade. But I think risk depends on the person itself. You know, like you want to risk more, someone's could be wanting to risk less. You know, so it all depends on you and how you kind of wanna your style of trading, I guess. But the way I do things is just 1-3%. If you want to follow that, cool. If you don't, then you know you can do whatever you want. Have you ever tried any prop firms such as FTMO? Prop firms. FTMO. No. There's no point in me trying to like FTMO now, you know? There's no point. If I can trade my own capital. What I don't get is that a lot of mentors out there, gurus, they trade FTMO. Like why? If you have your own capital trading, why are you trading FTMO? It makes no sense at all. If you're mentoring students, have a course out, explaining your strategy. Why do you have FTMO? If you're doing whatever supposedly works for you, right, and you're trying to teach other people stuff that works for you, why do you need FTMO? Why do you need funding? You should already be funded, you know, if you're a mentor. It's like saying a homeless guy teaching another homeless guy how to trade. You know? Or no, a homeless guy teaching another homeless guy life advice. Like, you see what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. I can't take a little break from posting too much on Instagram. I actually want to test something out. I actually want to test it out, see if people liked when I post every day. Cause I usually post like I used to post like 2 posts a day, like 1 or 2 posts a day, every single day. So I kind of want to see if it's better for me to post every day or for me to post kind of like less posts, I guess, a day, like once every once a week or something. But I think people would prefer me to post every day. We're gonna go back to that. Posting more content. Am I about the algo too? Yeah. The Instagram algo. I figured, yeah. Break down 1-3% of a small account. What do you mean? So you would get your account. Let's say your account size is $100. That's your account size. You would then figure out what 3% of this is. Right? 3% of this. Alright. 3% of this is $3. So wait, am I better drawing with left hand? Hold on. No. I'm left-handed, by the way. Yeah, so $3 is 3% of $100. So every trade that you take, you should be losing $3 max per trade. So that's 3% of this. Now 100K, 100,000. 3% of this is, how much is that? 3K. That's 3%, right? So you'll be losing 3K per trade. Wait, that's 3%? Yeah, that's 3%. So that's what it is in percentage. Small account, big account, same thing. 3% is 3%, right? And don't get too distracted by our numbers. Having a small account versus having a big account, you can make more of a bigger account, you know, this and that. Trust me, it won't. That doesn't matter. You can do whatever on a small account, and it could reflect on a bigger account in the future once you actually grow that account up, right? That will never change. Or that will change. What won't change is the markets. The markets, this candle here that printed, guys, this candle that went up just now, that will not change. $100 account or $50 account, this will not change. The way it just moved up right now, markets will never change. So keep that in mind. Same goes for managing risk. If you can manage risk on a small account, read candles, manage risk, close out small losses, you can do the same on a bigger account. Alright. And by the way, you don't have to risk like 1-3% per trade. That's just what I do, right? You can risk whatever you want. But just make sure it's not, you know, it's nothing too crazy. Is anybody else taking the rest of December off as well? In the chat. Or any of December, like the last 2 weeks of December off. Anybody taking a break for last week or something? What are your plans for the rest of the year regarding trading? Yeah. Savannah helps you up. Even though you're risking 3% per trade, you're not necessarily going to hit your stop loss when you are able to manage trade. Yeah, but yeah, the original risk is going to be 3%, but sometimes, if you're able to manage a trade, manage your risk, cut some losses short, it can be less than 3%, correct? 1 to 2%, right? So, yeah, that's the key right there. That's the secret right there. What you just said. That's the best thing about trading, because you can control the way you manage the trade by yourself. Markets will move whatever, but you can control your end of the trade. Whatever you can do to make it better, you can control that. But remember, guys, never do it off of emotions. Never cut your losses short and manage the trade off of emotions. always do it off of this price. Someone's on a chart here. What you got going on? Oh yeah, where are the charts today? Where are the charts today? We got like one chart. What? Should I be worried about the rejections on this area? Yeah, not too worried because your focus here is going to be this. This is a very clean trade, by the way. Nice trade you have here. Wow. Just kind of close below the range here. Stops previous candle. TP down here. This is a very nice trade. I think once, man, I think this level right here, I think once price gets to around this area at 103.870, I think you can look to move your stops to break even and look to trigger your stop loss in profit. You know, maybe once price gets down at this level, the support, and look to move your stop loss from the previous candle high coming down to the current candle low. You know, and just trigger stops. Or just let it run and break even. Risk free. But take advantage of those levels. Ooh, we can close bullish here, guys. 30 minutes in about a minute here. 4 seconds. Yeah, a 30-minute closure above here, you can get. I mean, if you can get a 30-minute closure above here, you can get some nice buys going in on GJ to push up, because this will happen. Yeah, closure like this. Buys going up like that. Let's see though, we have 6 seconds and we're not gonna close above. Yeah, we close below. No buys yet. Closing below means we still have a chance. We're still like at resistance. We didn't actually break resistance yet, right? So it's never best to reach sell at resistance or buy at resistance and sell at support. I mean, yeah. So once you actually get a closure here above, that'll mean that we are breaking resistance, and now this becomes your support right here, right? So as long as price respects this low, it should be able to push up if you were to close above. You want you to sell? Yeah, it might sell. Jordan from yesterday didn't take this trade, but what are your opinion on the situation of buys of sells at the time? Sure. I think these buys are risky for a couple of reasons. One, the overall trend has been established as bearish, and sells were really what I wanted below 125.985. So, and had the sell stop order on this candle for a started sell. Where? Right here. Where'd you have it? Oh, you had it for a buy. Okay. But I also did these buys and tend to buy sells, but never been in the position to have both buys sells at the same time. Interesting situation because then the bias is no longer there, and it seems like you were just trading bullish and bearish within the same candle. It's high risk. This trade, I don't really like this trade. Yeah, like, this is kind of like a. This is I gotta see from like another time frame perspective, like an hourly or something. But this right here, I don't really like it. Just because like the prior trend here was bearish here, right? So I would preferably like to take sells below here, wait for a closure below there, and take sells coming down to kind of mirror this. So maybe target down there, right? I think that's what I'll look for. But buys here, it's just that it gets a bit. Look at this. It's like it's in this area, right? This is like your support is here, and then your resistance here. It's kind of in this weird bubble. So like, it's kind of tough this area, but. Like, I wouldn't have taken this buy here if I seen it. Yeah, I think the sell. I think you doing whatever you did sticking to your buys, the sells were a very good idea. I know for a lot of people, if someone has like their resistance right here at this level, I think they'll look for buys on this candle, right? The reason why I didn't have that was because you have resistance right here after rip after at like 139.085. So I'd rather wait for a close above there than wait for a close above here and have to deal with this, right? I'd rather just have a clear mind. If we were to break above their resistance, we'll push up. But if you had a resistance here, yeah, I think people would have entered buys here. But if you had where I drew it, then you would have waited for another candle to close above, because this candle kind of closed that resistance. When I was clean, yeah, GJ is a clean buy for me, yeah. It's just now it's just a matter of looking for entries. That's all that is. Still Pippin, if you look to the left, GJ closed above the actual candle close in this resistance. Yeah, so, well, yeah, that's kind of why I just broke it down. If you had a resistance drawn down here, it would have broke above. But since I had mine drawn up here, it kind of didn't really break above this area. And that's what I'm waiting for. I wouldn't be surprised if GG pushes up right here. You can take a position with a small risk here, and then wait for a 3-minute candle to close and enter a bigger risk later on. If you are anticipating buys above like this resistance, that would make perfect sense. Like half stops at the previous candle, right? Down here, about like a 12 pip stop, and then half targets up here around like 17 pips. You can anticipate that with small entries, and then enter a bigger position later on once this 3-minute candle actually closes above this resistance here. Because I'll say buys on this candle is a bit riskier. Guys, I cleaned up my desk. Look at this. I cleaned up my desk. Hold on. So this is my desk right now. So you have like the monitors on the screen, whatever. The 2 monitors. Then I have, look at this, clean. Cable management could be better, right? But overall, structure looks clean. Yep, clean traffic overall, not bad. What would you guys rate the setup out of 10? No, it's not bad. Simple, like it's all you need. You don't need 3 monitors. You know, there's 1 monitor, 2 monitor. You know, nice mouse pad, a lot of space for gaming, a lot of space for do whatever. You know, I'm an arm aimer, so you know you have a dual mount, you have a light back here. Like that's all you need. Nothing fancy, no RGB lights. You know, you don't need any of that stuff. No RGB lights, no like light panels in the background. You know, a lot of people when they build PCs, they kind of want this. The typical PC setup. This is what they'll look for. Like this is just a like, you know, you don't really need stuff like this, you know. Like this, you know, like, jeez. It may run to yesterday's Euro session highs, then pull back down. Potentially, yep. It's high. Yep, I'm expecting like us to continue to push up here. If you guys enter those positions on GJ, you guys would be slightly in profit here. I think now that we're breaking this high here, on GJ, you could look. Well, I mean, we have a high chance to push up here because now you're technically at like this resistance level, right? So, once you break above, actually, no, not this. I'll say once you break above this wick right here, it should be very, very clean to push up. You should see one clean push above here. Just go straight up towards TP. So maybe, you know, small risk on this position, and then look to enter another position to match your original risk once you actually get a closure above here, because this would be more of an anticipation move. But if you want to wait for the NY opening, which is in 30 minutes, that'll be the next 30-minute candle. Like I said though, I'm not entering any positions for the rest of December, but I'm still gonna be giving ideas out, giving TPs out, giving stop losses out, giving entries out. So, oh, that's the same. You trade GA? No. I used to trade a lot of pairs actually, man. I used to trade like a lot of pairs, like all these pairs over here is how I used to trade. Now I cut it down to just GJ, honestly. Not even gold or US30, just GJ. Ooh, GJ pushing up here, guys. Hey, who's in those positions? Wow. I think you're like a good 7 pips in profit here. 6 pips in profit, around 5 pips in profit, around that range. It broke this wick for you guys, like I mentioned. It broke this wick, so now you guys continue to fly up on this candle here. A really big push up. This right here, a rocket ship here, does not mean that you enter positions here. What it means is that you should sit back and just watch it fly. It's the best part. It's the best thing to look at. Absolute no traffic above this area at all. And then obviously, if we were to like, if this does not hit your TP by the time the 30-minute count closes, you can look to enter another position. Possible day kind of wick fill. Day kind of wick fill, really. Let me check. Yeah. Yep. I see it. If you look at the day time frame, day candle is just like this. Yeah, you could expect the wick fill here to continue up. Yeah, so yeah, overall I'm still bullish, right? So till like 139, 800 there. And that will lead you perfectly to the weekly candle. The weekly candle would then be breaking the highs up here, right? And then we'll finish the week off probably bullish at like 141 if that's the case. This would be great. This would be great. This would be perfect if you don't actually fill the rest of the range here, because then you have more entries to go up towards 139, 300 here within the next candle. Especially the ADM opening, the New York session opening, you can get a nice push up like this. But that's in like 20 minutes. How's your account growth been for 2020? You can check my account growth for the last 3 months here, but like I don't have the same account throughout the whole year. You know, like every month's kind of like a new account. Like it's it's not technically a new account. It's just I transfer the funds over to kind of my like a different. I open up a new account and I transfer my funds over. And that's usually what I do. I don't keep the same account for a whole year. Just I like looking at like a fresh, clean state for every month. You know. It's been good though. I think 2020 has been my best year, 100%. Why traders do that? I don't know. The reason why I do that was because I kind of want a fresh, clean state every month. You know, it's not like I'm blowing those accounts. It's not like I'm having losing months. Like I show my results, but it's just so I have like a fresh mind for next month. Like winning or losing. Like I don't want to look at my account from last month and see a 100% account growth from last month, and then be like, wow, I need to match that this month as well. I kind of want like just a fresh start to the month. Like whatever it is, I want a 10% month, 100% month, whatever it is, it'll come naturally. If that makes sense. That's why I do it. I don't know why I traded to it though. Or sometimes I have it for like a good like quarter of the month, like a year maybe. But yeah, 2020 was like my first full year, like full-time trading. Official full year. So I can't see how 2021 goes. 2021 should be a very, very good year. But I'm not gonna, you know, can't say anything, but should be a decent year. I'm gonna be doing the same exact thing I did for 2020. Nothing's gonna change. Regarding my trades that I take, nothing's gonna change. Regarding my management, nothing. The only thing that's gonna change is maybe just upping my lot size, right? Because I have a plan now. You know, you have a plan, and yeah, stick to the plan. Yeah, stick to the same set of plays that you have if it works for you. There's no point in changing. GJ, yeah, I think once GJ breaks this high now, should push up. Current kind of high. Towards the target. Let me ask you guys, how has your account growth been for 2020? A lot of people can't say anything because a lot of people, what they do is that a lot of people gave up in 2020 because they started in 2019, gave up in 2020. A lot of people, especially in some of my groups, they are ghosted now. They don't even trade. You know why, guys? Because they weren't there for the right reasons, you know? They were there just for the money. Not really wanting to expand, grow, learn, go through the process. They just want to get the cash and get out, and it didn't work for them, and then they just gave up. And it's unfortunate, but yeah. Our first year down 9,000. That's not bad. I was down around that range after I blew like 30 accounts my first year. Like 20 accounts. It's good to keep track though, because next year, when you actually have that turnaround year, or you actually grow this year, 2021, you're gonna see a big difference compared to last year. If you guys want to see your progress, go back to your pictures last year and see where you were. Go through your 2019 December and see what you were doing last year on this day. Yeah, so I think I gave positions around like right here, right? Around this area. So I think stops were obviously given stops per candle, targets was around this area. I think you could now probably look to move your stop guys to break even. like move your stops to break even or it appears kind of low. But if I was in the position here, I'll move it to break even and just let it run risk free. Because we are breaking the current candle high here, you can expect the TP to get tapped. I think that 15-minute time frame opened up as well, so yeah. How much did you lose the first time you trade? My first account, I lost the whole $500. Or no, it was $300. That was my first account. Okay, I think we're approaching our destination here. This trade here, guys, was just based off of anticipation. You know, I kind of said earlier how like you can kind of take a small position here, and then add a bigger position once we actually get a 30-minute closure above. But that's in 10 minutes, right? So I mean, it wasn't your full position, but it was still a small position. This trade still went your way, right? Just because this count here didn't close above, this is more of anticipation that we're gonna push up with this count closing above this area right here. I didn't know about Forex a year ago. I was 15. Wow, 15. Damn. When I was 15, man, I was playing Fortnite. I'm joking. I never played Fortnite. Set my stops, break even too early, was up 7 pips, got wicked out, but still made 2% today. That's good, man. That's very good. 2%. That's very good. I'll call that a day, man. If you made 2%. I had my first 2 blue weeks the last 2 weeks. Hey, I remember that. Last week you told me you had your first blue week, and then this week you told me you had your last 2 weeks blue. So, progress. Continue. I told you last week to do exactly what you did that week. Do the exact same thing. Wait for the same setups, wait for the same trades, and you replicate that same week, and that's what you did. And boom. Continue to do that for the rest of the month, the rest of the year, and forever. I don't think this is round up even 10 pips yet though. It came up like, yeah, like 9 pips, like barely 10, right? So while doing this situation, since it's only got a small range here, I've just let it run, man. And since you only entered like a small position here, like a smaller position than usual, because you entered off of anticipation here, I let it run to TP. There's no point in leaving a runner for like 6 pips, you know. It's either TP or hit entry in this case. And then hopefully, once like, because this is the original position we're waiting for. Once this 30-minute count closes in 6 minutes here, once we actually close like this bullish, you can enter your actual position to go up. Your normal lot size, you know? I think break even has been hit here. And that trade. Yep, break even has been hit. So now it's just a matter of fact that waiting for this 30-minute candle to close bullish. Because we entered with anticipation that this candle was going to continue to push up and actually close above, right? So let's see how we close in 5 minutes. This is also, by the way, guys, the New York Open. The New York session opening. I think targets was around 139, 57. Cool. EJ, wow, it moved 4 pips. I mean, EJ. I mean, there you go. 630. Oh, yeah, that was quick. 630. 4 pips. I think we just gotta move here, man. I think your wishes came true. Hopefully we get a move now. There it is. 22 pip range. Go down. Wow. Wow, this alley candle goes, this 30-minute candle could still close bearish, guys. We can close bearish here. We might not even break the highs. Yeah, so if we were to break below 138.914 here, then you can get some nice sells in. Because the alley will close bearish at resistance. Rejecting this resistance never close above. So that's why it's always best to just manage trade. Break even on that trade, 100%. You have some pressure news here, right? That's how just a fraud, plain and simple. Hey man, you know, keep those comments just to yourself, you know. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and hate on other traders or just, you know, it is what it is, you know. It's not really my business. So all love, man. It's all positive energy. So now we can wait for get closure below this support here. Come back in range, because now we're coming back in this range, guys. This is the range we're coming back into. This is now a fake out. A fake out up to go back down the range. So I think sells would be in this range right here. Boom, or below the support, continue further down. Those two areas are your sells here, if you're looking towards sells now. if you did not manage trade on that first trade, I think you would hit your original stops for no reason, right? No reason at all. Yeah, we have Brexit here. I mean, it's kind of like, like every day. It's just kind of like expected now. Like, that's why I said like quarter 4 of the year, you can't really get like dead markets anymore for the rest of the year. Like December, usually December is usually dead. October, November is usually dead. Quarter 4, but this year it's kind of impossible because you have Brexit and then you have the vaccine news, right? So, like every day we have something, one or the other, vaccine or Brexit, every day. Yep. Got closure, guys. I think sells are very nice here. It's just that stops are way too big. The only way you could possibly do though is you can look for positions. Let's see. If we were to break the low. Maybe off of, yeah, so like we close below. That's where ideal sells. One hour close below. I think if you look for sells, your stops will have to be very aggressive though. It'll probably have to be the current candle stops. Like once you break the lows, probably. So right now it's gonna be roughly around 8 pips if you were to break below that low, and then the target's gonna be around 10 pips here, in that range. If you take a stop loss, you should move more than 6 pips with a pullback. What is the chance to remain bullish? It's the chances to remain bullish was that we closed above here, and the chances us to fill the ranges was pretty high. But in this case, we kind of hit break even. Guys, you guys understand? There's no like mathematical number in the markets. You know, price came up, this is gonna go down. Price came up, this is gonna go up. It's all probability, man. Yeah, so ideally you want to probably wait for this 15 candle to close below here. This 15 to kind of break the lows here to enter those sell positions. But see, now you can't even, if price were to come down and break the lows, look how big your stops will be now. This will not even be a 101, right? I think your stops here are going to be, yeah, so 16 pips. Yeah, so like those sells are kind of out the books right now. If you had those sell stops below this kind of low here, you can delete them, and because this trade wouldn't make sense anymore. Price comes down, breaks the lows here, you know, it'll look like this. Could be a wick, liquid. This could be a liquid wick, but then the range is too small for you to take sells with the current stop loss. Besides, these are went for sells because the gap was never filled. Yep, makes sense. Half enough made the stop loss larger than target. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, GG could high chance it could still sell here. Just the entries would not be valid. You know, just wouldn't make sense. Stops are all the way up here now. Targets when you're here. You know, it just wouldn't make sense for you to enter this position. A high chance it could still continue to push down, especially once it flips bearish. Yeah, this is very clean. Very clean here. Do. Perfect. Do. You think re-entering on a flip instead of breaking the low is a lot riskier? What do you mean on flip? Oh, on the flip? But you need to enter a flip. Stops would be, oh, actually, it's not bad. Yeah, because, I mean, we spent like the first half of this 15-minute candle making the high, making the liquidity wick. So if this kind of here were to kind of flip bearish here, I mean, we could continue down here. Yeah, possibility. Because you can now consider this your liquidity wick or your high of the candle to continue down here once it actually flips bearish. Yeah, that's not bad. Actually, that's not a bad position at all. That'll be roughly around a 12 pip stop for a 13-14 pip target. If that's your target right there. And then you can maybe leave a runner on this trade as well if this is a fake out. 85% chance from the range and 75% chance to continue further down. Coming down to probably this level down here. So this runner could potentially be a 34 pip runner. Yeah, with the NY opening as well, it makes perfect sense. With the NY session opening. Yeah, with the NY opening here, guys, the New York session opening here, with the anticipated volume that we have coming up here, you can anticipate this count here to continue down here. If this is a high that GJ is creating once, because this count here was the original trade was based off of this 1 hour candle, 30-minute candle breaking the lows, or no, breaking below the range here, right? Go back to my 1 hour here. So it's kind of based off this hourly candle, closing one bearish here at resistance and closing below the range here, below support here, coming back in the range. So since we broke support here, we should continue down towards the next support, which is going to be down here, right? So I think it makes perfect sense. GJ is really BS today? Really? I don't think it's been that bad. I think if you took the buys earlier, you would have hit break even. Break even that trade. Came up around 10 pips barely though. And then this trade here was this would be probably your original trade. With your original lot size. Not bad though. I've seen worse, man. We all seen worse on GJ, man. This trade's actually pretty decently volatile. Us has been pretty clean. So yeah, loss would have been in this case around 11 pips. Target's gonna be around 15 pips. Entries are given right here. Once we actually flip bearish here, and it should continue down here. This would be the second trade. Would you mention 50 close no bond wick? I don't know where you're saying that. You're saying that because you've seen this happen before. I'll let it run. The reason being is because the 30 minutes will still be open and the 1 hour will still be open. Like the 15 closing bears from no bond wick. This is the first 15 minutes of the hourly candle. It can simply mean that we just have a lot of momentum. That price is gonna make that bond wick for us, right? And the hourly or 30 minute will still be open. In this case. It doesn't really pertain to what's happening in there right now, but if GG were testing previous resistance at support, would an entry be better at 139.062? 139.062. Right there. 139, 190 based off 30 minute. 139.062. I don't see how you could have got an entry here, to be honest with you. Like, unless you're just calling tops and bottoms, and that was the only way you could have got an entry here, just by taking the risk and calling tops and bottom. 139, 190. That's gonna be around 190, 190. Yeah, like 190 is up here. Like that's in my books, that's considered gambling. Yeah, just taking a guess that price will be rejected just because you see a resistance being tapped. You know, that's, I guess you can say, from my perspective, that's not a valid entry for me. I think the most valid entry you can get for sells in this case is gonna be right here. The most logical and valid sells off the hourly time frame, 30-minute time frame. But like, if price were like, if this is a resistance up here, and price were to close bearish here at resistance like this, then yeah, I think that's a valid sell. That'll make sense. I meant for buys. Oh, for buys. Oh, okay, that makes more sense now. Okay. Test for support. Would entry be better at 139? I'm kind of confused though because oh no, earlier, yeah. So the buys we broke down earlier, we didn't enter off the opening of the candle. We kind of entered around this area because with the anticipation. Because the reason why was because this there was a resistance right here, right, for the buys, and there's a resistance right here. You entering buys right here would have been a bit risky just because the fact that we have resistance right here off the rip, looking left, right there, right. So something that I was worried about. But I mentioned how you could look for small positions as this candle closed bullish right here, and then look for a bigger position once the third minute actually closes bullish. But in this case, third minute didn't close bullish above the range, therefore hit break even. So I think that would answer your question regarding 139.062. 139.190 buys would not be valid though. That would be way too high. Your stops would not make sense in that case. Did that help you? Nice. 15 close below the range. Yeah, so now your stop loss is more valid. It makes more sense now because we actually closed bearish here. So price should continue to go down here as long as it respects this kind of high. It should easily be able to just push down, come down towards 138.750 here. Gold should be able to push up here, guys. If it's like gold should be able to push up here towards 1854 here. Now that's kind of breaking above this resistance on a 30-minute time frame and also on an hourly time frame as well. Breaking this 1 hour improved candle high here that closes bearish at resistance. This kind of should continue to push up towards 1854 with the NY session opening. Give me 1 second. do do. Mm 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 mm. Then like the week 15-minute bear count stayed out, and I'm looking for more entries. If this current 15-minute closes below, just sell stops for start playing on next candle. If it's 15 where it closed below, yeah, you essentially have that. But like if this kind of here were to break the high here, I mean it will probably continue to push up here, right? Thing is the hourly is still open. Like the hourly is technically still open, and hourly high is all the way up here at like 139, 196. Supports to fly, yeah. If it supports to fly, then it'll probably need this 15 to close bullish here at the support level, right? Because the sells were anticipated off of the fact that this the 1 arrow closed below the ranger, and the 15 also closed, third minute also closed below the ranger. So we were anticipating sells to continue down and coming down towards this area. But yeah, if this kind of here were to, obviously right now that break is breaking the high, this could now be your support form, the 15-minute candle. So if that's the case, then high chance we have to continue further up. But then I think buys would be valid above here. Oh, if that was your entry. Once you actually get a closure above there, because earlier we did the same thing. We kind of just respected the 30-minute candle came up and then it pushed up, but it still respected this resistance here. We didn't really get a closure above there. Yeah, your question is playing out from earlier. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so I think yeah, 30-minute closure above, that'll be decent. I guess we can say like on 30-minute time frame, just kind of like your range being formed here. But remember, this counter here did not break the 1 hour high yet, 30-minute high yet. But once this candle closes bullish, especially if it closes bullish like above this area, then high chance it will continue further up, right? But technically, it's on like that 30-minute time frame. It's still bearish. Technically, still bearish. But yeah, let's see how this candle closes in 6 minutes here. I think this is the most important candle you have throughout the day. Gold's pushing up here. Or I'm just playing. I used to enter on so many of these. These ones right here. The typical buy limit retest to go up. The typical guru setup like this. You know, the typical. This is a shit I used to enter off a lot before. Just typical retest. I don't enter no subs anymore though. In this case here, if I were to enter a sub here on on gold, it would probably be the break of this 30-minute high here. The break of that high, stops would be current candle low, TP would be up here towards that destination. It would be a later entry and obviously this entry, but it's just more accurate. It just makes more sense, right? Because this pullback candle, guys, you never really know how far back it's gonna pull. You know you have a logical support level where you can logically reject off of, but it's not going to be a 100%. We're going to reject that support to go up, right? So in this case, obviously price did it, but in other cases, price can continue to go all the way back down here because this candle was technically bearish when we entered. You know, it was looking like this. So it's a setup that I used to enter off of a lot, but I don't really enter off of it anymore. This doesn't make sense to me. So over at same idea though. Same trade idea. It's gonna be kind of cool when I return to gold in January. The hardest part about that is probably me adapting to my lot sizes. You know, adjusting to my lot sizes. Because the risk for my gold trades, like in this case scenario, my stops minimum. So logical point would have been 40 pips. Or would have been 6 pips. It's obviously a bigger gain. It's obviously a bigger risk. So I'm gonna have to really adjust my lot sizes accordingly. Like I'll probably just pop like standards or something, depending on my situation. Actually no, I'll probably be able to pop like a 2.0, 3.0 around that size, but it's gonna be very hard to adapt to. Because I'm used to seeing 8s and 10s, right? Or just 8s, 5 and 8s. The thing about gold though is that you get 10 pips so quick. But I mean, when I trade gold, I probably won't be focused on 10 pips. Like I'll probably look to more just hold it until the initial target. Like in this case, I'm not sure if I would actually close at 10 pips here. I think I'll just let the whole position run for gold. Like it'll be different for gold the way I trade gold in GJ. It'll be a bit different. You guys will see how it will be in January. Yeah, so the third main counter for GJ here didn't really close above. Like, we're still in the range here. Like, we're still stuck in the range here, man. I think the support here for GG earlier, I think you can probably move it down a little bit to the current candle. And you can say this is your support down here. Because this is technically the level that we respected, right? So, therefore, if you're waiting for more sells, it'll probably be if we actually get closure below here and not actually below this area. Because this is invalid from earlier. Price came down, but then it came back up. Right, so this is over our range. I'll say if by like 8:45, 9, if we still get stuck in the range here, we'll probably be ranging for the rest of the session, and we'll probably get a late move around 9:30, 9:10ish, right? And that's when it'll probably get nasty. It wasn't bad earlier, especially before this. I'll say 7:30, it wasn't bad, but after 7:30, when price came back down. And then now this kind of came back up to respect that low. That's when it's kind of get into a bit of consolidation. Ooh, gold's push up here. Gold pushing up. Should we head towards 1853 here? I think after 1853, you probably have to worry about above this resistance. Probably next target is gonna be 1859, above there. But if I'm looking for more buys, or if you got on buys around this area, I'll just take profit right here. Take profit now and then wait for an actual resistance to break here above this resistance to push up towards this area. Right, because now you're getting into this. This is clean traffic here above this area, but now you're getting into this area. This is where you have traffic at. So this area you might struggle at for a bit, and then once you actually break above that area, you can get a clean move to push up towards this area up here at 1860. What up, Samurai? I know you're here. Just going down, yeah. You see, like, so I never really, it closed bullish, but I never really broke the 1 hour lows, 1 hour highs here. So, if I'm looking for positions, I'll probably wait for a closure below 138. No, I don't want here. It's getting to a point where it's getting a bit like choppy, and it's just rejecting off of both ranges, and it's getting to a point where you just gotta wait for an actual closure above or below this area. Okay, an official close below. What do you think of his EJ setup? EJ. You have current candle high stops. Start play. I think this is a very, very good position here, man. You have a support form right here, but with the anticipation of the NY session opening, they opened up about 30 minutes ago, and with this 15-minute candle closing bullish at support, now that we're breaking that low, we're breaking structure. This is a very high probability trader to continue down. Very clean trade. Yeah, your GBpJPY is way cleaner than GJ. Much cleaner. You have this, yeah, that's very clean. What's this though? That's a gap from what, Sunday? Or no, that's a gap from last Friday? What is that? Yeah, it should be clean. I believe this is range though. This range is about 18, 19 pip range here. Didn't GG close the gap? Yeah, so here's the thing about gaps. If you guys don't know about gaps, gaps are just this. This is what a gap is. Like, I don't believe in gaps getting filled. Like, I know they get filled, but I don't believe these get filled because that's the reason they get filled, because gaps are meant to get filled. I believe these get filled because of this. So when you have a gap, let's say you have price moving up here, right? Actually, here, gaps. All right, you guys can record, do whatever you guys want. So let's say you have a gap here. So you have a gap. Yeah, price moving up here, boom, boom, boom. Boom, and then all of a sudden, Friday closes, right? Sunday, you open up like this. And now, you have a gap, or actually, how did I draw that last time? Wait, I think it was, oh yeah, sorry, it was bearish, okay. This makes more sense. So say you had like, boom, right, boom, and then boom, and then all of a sudden you open up, Sunday opening, and you gap up like this. Right? So you gap up pretty much this. This is how the candle kind of looked. So if you really look at it, what happened here? You had a support being created. You had a resistance being created. The reason why price came up over the weekend was because the markets were closed, obviously, and when price opened up, price gapped up, right? But technically the reason why, if you really look at it, you can look at it from this perspective. If you really imagine the candles within that range to go up towards the gap, it'll look like this. That's all it is. So when price comes down to fill the gap again, what's happening is this. All that price is doing is mirroring these candles here. all that price is doing when it comes back down again to fill the gap is this. Boom, boom, boom. So all I was doing is just mirroring these set of candles. This is clean traffic. That's all I was doing. Because technically it looks like this. If you were to fill the gap now, drawing the candles out, oh, look like this. Boom, and boom. That's all that gap is. It's just price come back down to fill the range again, filling the gap. So I don't believe in gaps getting filled just because price, you know, it's just filling gap. It doesn't make any sense. Like I said, you gotta really ask the why the things. You ask, like, you gotta know the reasons to why things happen, right? And that's why I believe. This is why I believe what happens when price fills the gap. Okay, where's that gap from GG again? That was from Sunday, right? Let me go on a different broker because my broker does not show it. GBpJPY. Where's that gap? What broker shows again? FXCM? Okay. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, okay, cool. Perfect. Okay, so let's look at it let's look at it like this. What happens here? All that happened was this. This picture I counted there. Right? So when price comes down to fill the gap again, this is what's happening. Support formed. Price breaks that support. Just look at this. This will blow your mind. All it is just this. Price order breakdown, close below, comes down, pushes down. The reason why it pushes down and fills the gap is because it's looking at this as clean traffic coming down towards the destination here. Boom. That's all that is. Simply all that is. Right? So that's why when people have those buy limits at those gaps, because they think that once price fills the gap, it will push back up. All that price is doing is bouncing off support again. So that's why you might see that little rejection at that gap fill. Right? But like whenever price is the gap fill, I'm not gonna look for sells up here just predicting the next top. I'm gonna actually wait for price to actually break below a certain structure on like whatever time frame, right? For example, in this case, I'll wait for a candle close below here. Boom, once you actually get closure below, I'll take sells coming down to fill the gap here. But until then, price is bullish above the resistance. So gaps in traffic, yeah, that's all that is. You guys can record that, do whatever. Clip it, ship it, save it, lock it up, write it down. That's how gaps get filled. Yeah, just remember the gaps don't get filled right away. Yep, it doesn't always get filled right away. Like going back to that example, it can get filled at any single time. Like in this example, price can get filled at any single time, right? You know it'll get filled once price actually breaks below the support like that. That's when you'll get filled. But until then, like price essentially, since price is above resistance here, it can still continue to push up to wherever it wants to go, right? So that's why it's not really a good idea to really enter off of just sells on a just randomly and just hope for a gap to get filled, right? You'll see it get filled when you actually get a break of structure going down there. You know, that's when it'll make sense. Everybody's just kind of like flipping a coin and just picking a direction, you know? Do, 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 do. I think I have a video on that on Instagram, do I not? About gaps? No, I don't. I'm gonna post one today about that later on. Where's that gap again? That was right here, right? Yeah. See, so like on my broker, it shows that candle, right? But obviously some brokers don't show. But yeah, that's all that is. It's just this candle here. So if you look at it from my broker perspective, once you get close below here, what's this now? Clean traffic, right? So you probably wait for sells below there. That's gonna be below 138, 300, yeah. That's all that is. Isn't trading very simple, guys? And it's a very simple concept once you know the why of things. You're not just guessing all the time, right? You're not just saying things just to say things. Was there a 1 minute candle? Was it? I wasn't really there for the gap to happen. I thought it opened up. I thought it opened up Sunday with the gap. Or am I wrong? Or did it happen like once the market opened up? It just shot straight up. Do you trade institutional financial levels? No, I don't. I used to when I first started. No, but I don't. Whatever I trade right now is just based off of what you see on my screen. You know, I don't have anything else on my screen. I mean, I don't have anything else I do except for literally what's on my screen. We are all organic traders. All you need is a line and a chart. A line in a box. Sorry. It's reading candles. What did you do here? You entered at 1849 and closed at 1853. 1849. Oh, nice. You got on this candle. Yeah, that's a very clean trade, Sam. That's a very clean trade because technically from this perspective, you kind of got a closure above this area here, above that range. So I think a closure above here was very good for bias. Yep, you got entry right here. TV's up there. I'm not sure what your stop loss here was, but I mean, I'm guessing it was a 15-minute low. That would be a 1-to-1 probably, but yeah. No fibs? No, man. I used to use fibs. Trust me, guys. I used to use everything in the book. I tried everything in the book when I first started. I feel like I got the same questions every day, you know? A lot of you guys have been here for a bit longer, or been here from the start. I'm probably like, yeah, this guy, this guy repeats the same thing every day, he gets the same questions every day. Now he's gonna go explain why he doesn't use fibs, he's gonna explain why fibs mean this, fibs means that. Two weeks on the 10th. On a 10th. 2 weeks. That was right here. The moving averages? No, man. Whatever you see on my screen is all I use, man. I used to use moving averages as well when I first started. EMAs, SMAs, the mustard, the blueberry, the strawberry, whatever it was, the EMA was, I used all of it. The mayo, trust me. I do not use any of them anymore. Whatever is on my screen here. What do you see? A line and a box. All I do. And just reading candles. Reading structure. And not candle patterns, by the way. Just reading candles in general. If you really want to know what I do, just go on the Instagram page. We have our trade subs. Well, majority of our trades taken on live streams is posted here. So just take a look at that and see how we answer trades. But it's no indicators. Yeah, I think gold here. If you could potentially get a 15-minute closure here on the 5-minute here above this resistance, I think it will be ideal to take buy position to push up. It's just that this is the hourly candle, so you can expect some type of pullback here on gold here. But let's see how this 15 closes here. This 4 hours buy closes as well. This 4 hour looks clean though to continue up towards like 1859 here. So we might even get a push before the 5-minute closes. We might get a push for 9 here. But let's see. A lot could happen in 5 minutes. How many of you guys have went from using indicators or, institutional trading to simply organic trading? Or how many of you guys have started with indicators? when you guys first started? I'm pretty sure not 9%, like probably like a good 60% of traders when they start off trading FX, they start with the same concept that every other guru out there teaches, every mentor. The same fibs, the same indicators, right? And it takes a long time to adjust. I feel like the first person to start with, the first mentor, saves you a lot of time. Well, either saves you a lot of time or wastes you a lot of time. But at the end of the day, either way, they're still helping you some way or the other. They're still providing you that value, that guidance, right? To some extent. No matter who the mentor is. A week or two. Wow. That's a lot of time saved, man. You know, I was using indicators for a good couple months. A long time, man. Nothing wrong with them though. So I think take more impulse entries closer to 90 per scenario when more volumes come into the markets. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think when you have like more volume, for example, near session opening or a 9 a.m. opening, that's when I usually take my anticipation entries, more of them, right? Like AKA impulse entries. And then obviously when price is not, when it's not really a volatile session opening or anything, then yeah, you can actually wait for the closure above or below the range. Or those count closures. Yeah, I think impulse entries will work best when you have a lot of volume. That's a good point. Because you can't be taking an impulse entry at 5 in the afternoon, you know? Imagine trading at 4 p.m. on like a random day at around time. And taking an impulse entry, you know? Like, oh yeah, it's gonna go down here, broke below, but like, you know, there's no volume. How long have you been trading and what was the point when it all clicked? I've been trading for a good 2 years. About 2 years. And the point when it all clicked really depends. Because they clicked at one point. But it depends. Because now when it clicks more. It clicks harder now. You know? So it clicks more consistently now. So I can't really answer that second question. But I'll say a year and a half to when it fully clicked. Like, well, not fully clicked. I'm obviously not where I want to be, 100% yet, but I'm getting better. I'm consistent. Did you billion counts? Yeah. I think I blew a good you know, I think I answered the question like 4 or 5 times, but hey, I think I blew a good like 15, 20 accounts today. I mean, not today, sorry. Jesus. Oh, man. In my life, I blew 15, 20 accounts. Imagine blowing 50, 20 accounts today. Taking any courses? Yeah, of course. When I first started, yeah. A lot. A lot didn't work. A lot that worked, I guess. But nothing what I do now really relates to what I did when I first started. Like, at all. Can all change. don't get too attached to your first mentor or your first, I guess, I don't know, whatever you learn at first, because there's obviously better and great things out there that work for you, right? Not everything that someone else does will work for you. So it really depends on who you want to be and who you want to follow as a trader. Yeah, see, look, this 30-minute counter here broke. Well, not even broke. It closed right at support. Same thing again. Look at these counts here. This wick, this wick, this wick. All broke, but look where it all closed. At support. There's no sells yet. Same thing for the upside. Broke above, broke above, broke above, but they all closed below. There's buys yet. This is the range that we were stuck in throughout the whole day. Pretty much the whole entire session. So I'll wait for really a breakout of the range here, if I were you guys. If he hasn't entered any positions yet, I'll wait for an actual 30-minute closure above or below. Keep in mind though, the what do you call it? The 4-hour closed bullish, and the daily candle is still bullish. So if I were to pick a side today, it will be more bullish than bearish. I'll wait for just buys above here, and especially since it's getting late into the session, I'll wait patiently for just the buys. That's all I'm gonna look for the rest of the session. Because 4-hour closed bullish here, wick fill potentially, right? Yeah, wick fill coming up like this today, towards the resistance here, and then you have the daily kind of also bullish as well. So I mean, high chance. High chance we can continue up. You know, a lot of people might find it hard to stare at charts for 3 hours and not take one single position. You know, once you get to this point where you are just very disciplined, this is goat level. When you're able to sit through hours and hours of looking at charts without taking any positions. That's how you know you're disciplined. When you copying your first supercar, never. I don't even have my driver's yet, man. If I were to cop something near to a supercar, I'll probably get Tesla. I think 2 years ago, when I first started trading 2 years ago, I wanted a supercar. But the closest thing I'll get to a supercar is maybe a Tesla. I don't think a Tesla's a supercar though. I think a Tesla's just a organic nice car. Because I've learned to not really get distracted by like these materialistic things on Instagram anymore. When I first started, right? When I first started, I was distracted by all these things, like the nice supercars. I want the best mentors, whoever had the best cars, the nicest colors. You know, those are the traders I'll follow. Turns out, they only want you for the money. They don't really care about you, and you know, they might just not even be trading. Who knows? But hey, um, I've learned that that's not what I want to do. That's why I say all the time that you would never see those things on my Instagram page. On this page, at least. You never see those vacations or anything. How do you know when it's the right time to wait for it just to close above or below and then we enter and wait for a retest? I think I answered that question today, ready, man. Hello, in America, how much is, I'm Canadian, by the way. How much is the tax in trading? It depends on your bracket. On how much you make throughout the year and then your bracket. I think you gotta speak to your account about that. But, you know, the more you make, the higher the bracket you are. The less you make, the lower the bracket you are. So the more you make, the more tax, the less, usually, the less tax. But you gotta make over a certain amount. Check with your city, country, state, province. Exactly. As long as you're enjoying your fruits of your labor, yeah. Like a lot of people, they don't really like people who, well, a lot of new traders especially, like when they see a trader with no fancy stuff, no cars, nothing, you know, they don't really think they trade, right? They rather have these flashy traders. And, you know, they'll learn eventually, but. Organic Tesla, yeah. I think Tesla is the closest thing to a supercar. Oh, sorry. You guys see that new Tesla? Yeah, the Roadster. Nice. AKA, the same ones with the Lambos are the same ones to show you this type of setup. Oh yeah, I trade, you know. Yeah. RGB lights. Yep. How much is it? It goes faster than the Bugatti, you know? The speed, the acceleration speed. That's such a nice car, man. Like, would you consider this a supercar? Yeah, I probably consider it a supercar. You know, I just want like a little Tesla Model X or something. We can sell at the break of the hour one low. Hour one low. Oh, in case you're new here, guys, I'm done taking positions for December. I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm not taking any positions for December. I'm just chilling for the rest of December. I'm still streaming every day though, but I'm just not gonna be trading. Taking the last 2 weeks off. Honda NSX. What's a Honda NSX? I don't know my cars, guys, so bear with me. This is pretty cool. It looks like a little something. No, it looks like something. I think it looks like a Audi. It looks like something. Something similar. Like, I think an Audi. Yeah, I think an Audi. Oh no, Beamer. No, not Beamer. Shit. Audi R8. Yeah, the R8. Yeah. There you go. I knew I wasn't off. The R8, or it looks like what's the other car? The BMW. Damn, guys. i8. A mix of the R8 and the i8. Am I wrong? Looks exactly like it. Right? Yeah, it looks exactly the same. How much is this? How much is the Honda one though? So that's 60 racks, 100, 150. Yeah, around 150. Not bad. Might as well, me personally, man, this is my car. This is my car. If I was get a car, this would be it. This is nice. This is my car. Like, oh man, the interior. That's my car. Like the YouTube tonight, he still drives his pickup truck he had since he was 16. Oh, TN. Oh, really? I mean, Kawhi Leonard still drives his little truck in the NBA. You guys know Kawhi Leonard? Here. Pick out a salary. This is a salary. 32 million a year, right? And then this is a car. All driving the same car, man. So it's all, you know, it's all for social media, man. It's all to get like a, I guess you can say, just how you want to show yourself on social media. That's all that it is. Obviously, the more money, it's more of a paid to win thing, right? And I think 2020 or this decade is changing. That whole cloud thing is changing. It's like, because it was more of a pay to win thing where, like, you know, the more cards you have on your Instagram page, the more knowledge you'll get on Instagram, right? Because people look at this and like, I don't want to look at this. People want to look at, you know, I'm not gonna say anyone's name or anything, but you know, Lambos and stuff, you know, Ferraris, this and that, right? They're look at that stuff than the actual knowledge and value. But it's changing for 2020, man. I'm telling you, that stuff is. I said before, I'll say it again. That stuff is stuck back last decade. Dom says the drive lessons was just super easy to get. What are you waiting for? I don't really need a car. That's the thing. Like, I don't really, you know, like, I don't really need a car. That's it. That's how it is. I have other things I want to do besides getting a car. You know what I mean? Other things I want to do first before I get a car. But now, if there's a break, can you answer? If there's no liquidity, like at all, an opening wick of New York, could we wait for the opening of NYSE? So I think now, I'll wait for a closure, man. I'll really wait for a closure. Like, I'll try my hardest to wait for a closure, above or below. So something like this, you know. You want a closure below, like this, one, or a closure above. Closure below like this to go down, obviously, and then closure above, like this, to really break up, man. Like, this is all I wait for. Just a closure above or below. Enter off the opening candle of the next candle. Stops previous candle. TP up here or TP down here, depending on the buys or sells. Because look, we've been stuck in this range the whole entire session, right? So if we actually get a breakout, high chance that move will play out, right? Because we've been stuck in the range the whole entire session. These wicks here came up, closed back. These wicks here came down, closed back. Resistance formed, support formed. We haven't broke out. So once you actually get a closure, it will be a very strong count a very strong confirmation that we're gonna continue. anytime within the session. Maybe like I'll say at around 11. Like it'll probably happen within the next candle. Probably most likely, it'll be this candle here, aka the 9:30 candle in 13 minutes here. Once you actually close below here, it'll be 9:30. And when NYSE opens up, volume we have to push down. Preferably, I want buys above here though. Preferably, because I'm more bullish on the day time frame and the 4-hour, right? But if we get a close below here, these sells are going to be very valid, pretty valid. But yeah, I'll say if it ends up around like 10, 10:30, 11, call it a day, man. Just call it a day. It's too late into the session. Because 11 a.m. you shouldn't be trading GJ at all. At 11 a.m. the sessions are closed for GJ. Asia's not open, yen's not open, pound's not open, right? So yeah, keep that in mind. What software are you using to draw on the screen? I'm using Zoom annotations. We're in a Zoom call right now, and I'm just using the little annotations here. You guys see this? This right there. That's what I'm doing. You have this over here, you know, like this. You have like this, you know, you have a bunch of stuff. Very cool. I think you gotta pay for the stuff though. I think. I mean, I pay for my Zoom, but what if there's a move before there's a closure? Should we just let it move? Well, yeah. If it moves for a closure, then it is what it is. Call it a day. Because the last thing we want to do is get stuck in the range. Because look, we've been ranging all morning, right? We've been stuck in this range all morning. So the last thing we want to do is get stuck in this range and feel like shit after. So if you missed the move, you missed the move. But I'll just wait for an actual closure. In this case. Great stuff. Do you eat organic too? I tried to, man. I tried to, man. I mean, I should eat more organic, but I eat pips organically. I eat pips organically, but regarding the actual food, sometimes, you know, sometimes I eat a lot, which is kind of a bad habit, but I gotta adjust to it. Gotta fix it. Hey, but as long as I'm eating my organic pips, I can eat whatever I want. Well, you know what I mean. Okay, you know. Done. Gold dipped down to the open of the 950 candle. Looks like it found support. Maybe heading back up for a new high. Gold here. I think gold here is currently, I think once it creates that support, I think once it breaks above here, man, like more buys would be above 1853 here. So earlier, guys, we called buys on gold above this resistance here, above 1846, 1848, around that level, and we called buys until 1853. If you're looking for more buys, I'll wait for a closure above 1853 here, and I'll take buys going up towards 1859, 1860 levels, about a 50 pip range to go up. If you guys are looking for more positions. Have this Wall Street open, do a fake wick before it. I mean, if it happens, it happens, you know? You kind of see it. And you, first of all, you wouldn't be really entering off those fake wicks. You'll see it happening before you actually like enter those positions. You ever train GJ in gold 70 or just gold? Man, both. I'm not gonna stop training GJ. Like I've been training GJ all 2020. There's no point of me not training GJ. You know, like if that's what made me my income for 2020, there's no point of me changing that. I'm gonna add another like factor to it, gold, but I mean I did the same in 2020. I traded gold beginning of 2020. But yeah, no, definitely I'm never gonna drop GJ, never. Like, unless GJ falls off the universe or something, other than that, I'm training GJ all my life. That's all I look at, man. That's all I look at. $120, I'll say $190. FY20, what was that? For year 20? Oh, for year 20. I mean, that was for year 19, but hey. Let's go year. Yeah, I mean, for year 20. All I gotta say, man, is this is all I gotta say to that, guys. This is all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. This right here, guys. Oh man, this right here is a pain. A really big pain. Joven company, yeah. Like it's lower than usual because I'm a corporate, but it's just it's a pain. It's still a pain, man. Like, you know. I got some Tesla for Christmas. The only thing I get myself for Christmas is a PS4, PS5. Honestly. Do you need to count software done? No, I don't. Whatever that. I don't know what that is. I have an actual. Yeah, I have an actual account. Yeah, okay, I was guessing. I don't really, I don't really use software. I just have an account. Someone asked me, "Who's your accountant?" I'm like, "What?" I think one time someone asked me, "Who's your accountant?" I'm like, "Wait, what? Why do I know who my accountant is?" It's like, what do you want? You want to know like what I eat for breakfast? Yeah. Don eats about 6 strawberries before he gets on the stream every morning. So I think I should eat around 6 strawberries as well for me to get the same energy he has, for me to see the same moves that he gets. UMPs for retail? Yeah. I'm not like, I don't care how much money people make, if they're a billionaire, there's no point of you paying for a resale PS5 price. There's no point. It's just you wait a couple months and you get it for retail. There's no point of you really paying resale for a PS5, man. It's gonna go back down to retail, 100%, guaranteed. Stock, Sony's gonna make more stock. It's gonna ship up more stocks around the country, and it'll be on the shelves by probably March, April in stores, right? A lot of people are buying PS5s right now just for fear of missing out, FOMO. They're seeing that it's getting sold out, so they feel like they need to have a PS5 just so that they have it in there, just so they have it, so that they won't miss out. But half the people that are buying PS5s right now are buying PS5s and they're like, why did I buy this PS5? Is it because it was sold out, or I actually wanted it, Like, I feel like there's still a lot of stock in stores, man. It's just that they're not releasing stock. That people gonna have that urge that they need to buy the PS5. So at the end of the day, Sony wins. At the end of the day, people resells on PS5, taking re-entries without confirmations. Yeah, they're getting in on. They're trying to catch a reversal. Wait till price consolidates a little bit, and then get your entry in. Get your PS5. People are buying a PS5 right here in this area. Wait for this to form. Enter when prices around this area, and then boom. Why I start around 18, so I don't know much of that stuff. The school system lets you graduate without knowing how to tax it. Yeah, the school system doesn't really teach you taxes, man. You got a chart here? Yes, sir. You got a chart here. What you got going on? GBpJPY 1 hour time frame, rejection psychology level 900, 4 hour, even minor time frames. bullish candle on 1 hour form support. Entry at the close of the candle to make the wick fill in a 1 hour candle. So that's pure. Yep. This would be a very good idea because this is your support that's being formed there on GJ, right? So the alley candle closes bullish. High chance this is your support for price to drive back up to retest the high again and then to continue further up, because if you go in a 4 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame closes of a wick fill. 4 hours bullish, daily is bullish. So yeah, I think these buys are gonna be very valid if we actually get a closure above or get a closure that closes bullish. You can wait for that, or you can wait for just like a break above 139.066 there. But this range here is gonna be about a 19-20 pip range to go up. High school teaches you a lot. Yeah, I think high school only teaches you like just, I don't know, man, like a lot of stuff, like saving money, making money. Like, they don't really teach you that stuff. Taxes, you know. Did you buy something about? Wait for 1 hour. Yep. Yep. Potentially. You got a nice entry, man. You got a very nice entry. I'll say once price comes up to around this resistance here, I'll look to move stops to break even, because this is a decent resistance you have here. So you want to be pretty safe and start, right? In this case. But yeah, price should continue to push up. Tap TP. You can leave a runner potentially too until the next destination at like 139.257 here, but. What made you choose GG over GU? Yeah, so I think I answered that before, but I'll answer it again. So GU, look at this. This is GU, right? And this is GJ. Look at this. What's open for GU during the time that I trade, during the New York session, London overlap? We have London open, you have US open. These are all both open. Whereas GJ, you don't gotta focus on one pair. Yen's closed right now. You only gotta focus on the pound. The pound's what's moving GJ right now, right? But when you focus on this, you gotta worry about the pound and you gotta worry about the dollar as well, right? So that's the reason why I just showed GJ. And also because GJ just moves like that, it moves more steady for me. If that makes sense. Bro, I think I want to move to Canada. Hey, man. Feel free. Canada's great. I think I should appreciate that I live in Canada, you know, more than I do. Or even in Toronto. But yeah, sometimes I'll say like, you know, I want to live in like New York, or like I want to live in LA, but like, do I really want to live in those cities? At the end of the day, I really want to live in those cities. Nine mine's over for no. Yeah, a lot of people say that. I don't know, man. Part of GTA, you know, I'm from the GTA. Alright. This 30-minute candle did not really. Oh, close bullish has support here. 1 hour still open here. I mean, at this point, guys, we're watching a range. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hop off, because Yeah, I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna call that a day, guys, because like the whole entire session today we were stuck in the range 6:30, 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30. Boom. If we were to get a push up, it'll probably be within the next alley candle closure. So like what I think Saro said earlier. I think he said how once wait for this bullish channel close bullish support, it can indicate that we're gonna push up. I think you probably have to wait for that or at a break above like 139.066 there. So I'm gonna call that a day, and you know, take it easy, guys. I appreciate you guys for showing up today. I appreciate you guys for asking the questions you guys asked. It's in the charts. Thanks for showing up, leaving likes on the stream, subscribing, whatever it is you guys did. Catch you guys tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern. Peace out. Don't overtrade. You know, love you guys. Peace.
Electrify my golden tooth. Can't look at those eyes without sparking song. Electrify my